Ladies and gentlemen, my name is SaulApe and I'm an ape, and today I'm talking to you as a tournament organizer. There is a lot of cool Warcraft 3 players in the community, and I got motivated by Chinese community that organized a tournament called Mini Lolayet Cup, and I was like, Mamma mia, this is such a good idea. Put four great players in a group and force them to play versus each other. And ladies and gentlemen, because of that, I'm bringing to you Marine Otter Cup number 1. Marine Otter is like one of my favorite animals. It looks like bobber but smaller. And let me tell you one thing, shout out to the sponsor of the event, Mr. Random Bet Gamer. That being said, we have Shik versus Soya. Shik is a trending new undead, ladies and gentlemen, and he's faking a hero, but this altar is late, and you know that altar is late. You may say, Saul, you invited Dark Ranger players? You invited Dark Ranger players, Saul? That's what you do, huh? That's why Mr. Shik got invented. No, ladies and gentlemen, Shik is a super cool, super strong undead, and that's why he was invited, not because he plays Dark Ranger. But say, Saul, what Dark Ranger? There is Death Knight in the altar. This Death Knight is a fake Death Knight. It's just to pretend that he's producing something. Yes, Death Knight has been cancelled, ladies and gentlemen. I know Shik too well to go for it. And speaking of Mr. Shik, is he going to Tower Rush? Is he going to play something different? We'll see about that. Soya went for Warden first. And Soya, what I remember about him is that he often, ladies and gentlemen, makes sure that he's harassing early on. So like his Ancient of War creeping is very special. He sometimes doesn't even pick an item when he plays versus human. He wants to be in the opponent phase very, very early. And ladies and gentlemen, we have double Sacrificial Skull, we have Dust of Appearance, we have, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Shik that is crossing the map, and he is ready to push. Soya, the Night Elf, is creeping the middle, ladies and gentlemen, to get level 2, but is it a good idea? Because the tower push is coming, he'll have to detonate the Wisp. Not really first experience to Shik, and yes, Shik needs to push hard. Is there graveyard? No. Did Shik unsummon his altar? No. So it may be still a fake push. We'll see about that. Level 2 is here. That's very important. What is also important, how do you prepare? And there is already Hunter's Hall. Mr. Soya made his homework basically, but it's a good idea. Is it a good idea to play Hunts versus Tower Rush? We'll see about that. With Dark Ranger Tower Rush, okay, cancel on the tower, that's good. Speaking on the towers, Undead is producing towers as well. Was there cancel? I don't think so. Blight was detonated by a Wisp. Ladies and gentlemen, there is plenty of ghouls. Warden can disappear. Is there Dust of Appearance? There is Dust of Appearance, but not used even. Towers are being cancelled, but what is the most important? Hunts are appearing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very, very tight moment. Dark Ranger versus Warden. And this is Warden Hunts opener. There's a clear reaction to what is happening in the Night Elf base that Undead wants to push. We'll see about that. There is so many Moonwells. Man, it's Dark Ranger. Solved by Soya, we'll see about that. There is Shadow Melt, even though we have Dust of Appearance, it wasn't used, and look at this Warden. Warden is half HP, Warden needs to survive. Blink used, but we don't want to use too much of a blink. More hunts are coming, there is no second Ancient of War. And how is the ghoul population? Ghoul population is pretty low. We have a Spirit Tower technology. The second Ziggurat is going to be upgraded into a Spirit Tower. And if we can name one weakness of hunts, it's of course their armor type. Unarmored armor type means that piercing damage is amazing versus hunts, and yes, Mr. Shik is not giving up. He'll get amazing towers. Maybe his ghouls are dying, but this is the part of the plan. He's trying to keep a ghoul alive. Upgrade the tower, ladies and gentlemen. 2 Spirit Towers versus Night Elf. What is going to happen? We have Dust of Appearance, ladies and gentlemen. The Warden is trying to escape. What about the Dark Ranger? Dark Ranger is trying as well. Yes, the first Spirit Tower is going up, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the Hunt Ladies. Look at the Hunt Ladies. They are in big trouble. Another Hunt is on the way. There is no Glaive Thrower just yet. Dark Ranger is pulling back. The Acolyte is still here. The Ghoul is dying. Is Warden getting level 3? Not really. Another Spirit Tower is almost ready. Now you need to start microing the towers, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Disproof by Hell Hitman was delayed for 31 minutes exactly. And in those 31 minutes, I already find a replacement. Mr. Death Note was there. I was in talk with Mr. Death Note about another event like Sunday. So, ladies and gentlemen, a shout out for Mr. Death Note for being here, and by decision by the admin, and I hope nobody has, you know, an issue with it. I try to be, you know, a neutral caster. We have Mr. Death Note in the tournament, and I do like this Tower Rush as well. I know Mr. Trussell is watching, but I dedicate this game to Mr. Trussell. And to Mr. Undead Gamer, who likes the Tower Rushes as well. Ladies and gentlemen, where is the Dark Ranger lady? Dark Ranger lady is coming back. Is there a glaive thrower technology? That's an issue. What are we going to do with glaive thrower technology? Can we kill the main, by the way? Okay, what is the weakest link of this Night Elf army? And I think the answer is the main. Oh, the fiend here, ladies and gentlemen, the main is 600 HP, oh, almost 4 hands around, not really, Skeletons already working on one glaive thrower, it gives time to towers for go up. Mr. Soya is getting ready, but he needs to start repairing soon. Warden is here. Warden can tank a lot of damage. We have a lot of damage. We have Fiend, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the first hand lady has fallen. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this. The day is almost done, so there will be no more Moonjuice and no more Shadow Melts. We have triple tower. We have 2 Acolytes attacking. And Ancient Protector, Glaive Throwers are not connecting well. Warden is teleporting out, this Shik is doing this. Why we are teleporting with Warden to reposition Glaive Thrower? Glaive Thrower wants to be close to the Wisp and all of this good stuff. But ladies and gentlemen, look at what is happening. Look what is happening. We have, ladies and gentlemen, level 2 Dark Ranger. We have those towers coming up, even though Mr. Soya was ready. Mr. Soya. And he said ... to celebrate his amazing opponent strategy. Guys, stay tuned for game 2. I love it. So yes, for people that are tuning a little bit later, Mr. Hitman was late 31 minutes, but SaulApeMan start panicking, and Mr. Death Note was online, and after like 20 minutes, I suggested, hey, Mr. Death Note, we have this emergency, can you like be a replacement if you are okay with this? And Mr. Death Note says, lol, okay. And so I made a deal with Mr. Death Note, and even though Mr. Hitman was late 31 minutes, the deal was made. And I hope that nobody is like angry at this situation. There will be next event Sunday. And Mr. Hitman has the worst time zone. It was middle of the night for him, so shout out for Mr. Hitman for, you know, waking up 31 minutes late, but Soul tournament organizer man started panicking and we replaced Mr. Hitman. So I hope nobody's angry. And there'll be next event Sunday. Mr. Hitman has an open invitation, if he, of course, and the time will be a little bit better for him. So, okay, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's cast game 2. 1, 2, 3, go. Ladies and gentlemen, game number 2, and this tournament will be remembered as a ... game in Warcraft 3 if a tournament organizer is a noob and doesn't know how to make a map veto or it's slow. In general, you express your opinions by typing dots in the lobby. So for now there was no dots in the lobby, gladly, but ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Soya said ... in the previous game to celebrate Dark Ranger. He said, oh, I was ready for this Dark Ranger, but it didn't work, Mr. Shik, with too strong of a tower rush. But in this game, ladies and gentlemen, there is no Dark Ranger. We are checking Death Knight inventory and we have Sacrificial School. Is it going to be expansion? No, Death Knight is going to the middle of the map. Is it going to be an early aggression? We'll see about that. Mr. Soya, the Nider, is scouting, and so far, ladies and gentlemen, there is no tower rush. He made second Ancient of War, which kinda is a part of the mind game, you know. By cancelling Ancient of War, you lose a little bit of resources, but you just want to be sure that there will be no issue. We have a dance, cancelling dance. Are we going to coil this Wisp? The Wisp survived! Mr. Soya, ladies and gentlemen, he lost 0-2 to Death Note. In the pre-Warcraft game, ladies and gentlemen, he won versus Soul Noob. Man, detonation! Ay. Caster is ... At least we have games to cast, that's very good. Soya is going in. Oh, the body block. The Ghoul is surviving. The Acolytes block. And this Demon Hunter is surrounded by the Acolytes. Surrounded by the Acolytes. TP force, ladies and gentlemen, and yes. Losing a TP is always painful, but what helps a little bit that Acolytes, they had to move a little bit, so it's not the end of the world. Of course, Soima would like to have a better early game. The good news is that Undead has double sacrificial skull that he's not using, so it's kinda, you know, a dead supply, but it's still a push! And Soima cancelled the Ancient of War, it's still a tower rush! Soima is scouting, he's like, I can't believe it, detonate, detonate! Aye. Ladies and gentlemen, he knows there was a lot of Undead units, not the dot dot dot, ladies and gentlemen, not the dot dot dot. Okay, what is going to happen now, ladies and gentlemen? No. It's a nice tournament with the best strategies ever. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to do something. This is a tier 1 Undead that's going to tower rush. Not with the Dark Ranger, but with Mighty Death Knight. Mr. Shik woke up and chose violence. Okay, let's see what's going to happen now, ladies and gentlemen. Now Mr. Soima is like, I would like to have this Ancient of War in front. Okay, there is so many ghouls. Archers are in the back. Archers, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting in a contact with those archers, but we have a lot of them, and hopefully we'll produce more. Tech is not that advanced. Death Knight, can we get the Death Knight? Mamma mia, ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen now? My name is SaulApeMan, I'm an ape, and yes, we have a lot of archers. What is going to happen now, ladies and gentlemen? We are healing. We are healing the archers. The amount of Moonwells is pretty nice. Death Knight is not helping too much. There is another Ancient of War that is going to help. There is no Dance of Appearance, so archers are chilling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Moonwells. That's a lot of Moonwells, and Soima will be tier 2 soon. That's very important. Death Knight is in trouble. Death Knight is being chased by the Imba Hunter. Remember, Imba Hunter doesn't have TP. So if Imba Hunter gets surrounded, good things will happen. Why Soima is here? Why Death Knight is here? Just to provide Dust of Appearance. Remember, the Dust of Appearance duration is not that long. There is no Ancient of War, the Hunter's Hall. It means no Glaive Thrower. And you know what Shik wants. Shik wants to produce Spirit Towers. They want him game number 1. Can they win him game number 2? We'll see about that. Mamma mia, detonation went through, but there is no skeletons to connect. Ghouls are dying, ladies and gentlemen, but the problem is that towers are growing. Is it Panda coming? Yes, Panda with Breath of Fire will provide, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of value here. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen now? My name is SaulApeMan, I'm an ape. Let's go. We have Panda that is connecting into the ghouls. Yes, there is a lot of tower archers. The towers are here, not the dot. Oh no, ladies and gentlemen, not the dot. Aye. What is going to happen now? Yes, Mr. Shik. Yes, the replays will be uploaded to Warcraft 3 info, and GG is called, man. Mr. Shik with 2-0. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. And guys, yes, if this game goes to YouTube, it's going to be a showmanship how you can make 2 tower rushes, one with Dark Ranger, one without. And Twitch chat says great game, so thank you for that. See you guys in the next one. Bye. Subscribe for more.